Hi there, Shelley Yoo. This is the Life and Career Coaching Update with Steffi Black. Welcome everybody to Google Hangouts. And this week we are talking a career planning workshop, and I'm delighted to introduce Shelley Yoo, a resume specialist who will be hosting the career planning workshop with me. Welcome, Shelley.
Hi, Steffi.
Tell us a little bit about why we think this career planning workshop is timely now. Shelley, what is it about staying in one job and the career marketplace today?
Today the market keeps on evolving, and we have high unemployment rates. Everybody's switching jobs after even a year, 2 years, and it's usually around September periods, and also May is when recruiters start recruiting for new positions. And we feel that at this period in time, when we have the workshop in September, you can be really prepared to go for job interviews and apply for different jobs. So this is a key momentum time in order to prepare your career toolkit.
Let's talk resumes, your specialty. What do you see with resumes, some common mistakes? What do people often do?
Some common mistakes I find is generally people still have objectives in there, and oftentimes it's a little bit too generic, and you're wasting a really good real estate on your resume, which you could be using it to further market yourself. Second mistakes that I often see is submitting your resume and always forgetting to include that cover letter. So when people are telling you, send me your resume, you should always have in that document your cover letter and your resume. And of course, the third one, which is quite common even with word spell check and grammar checks, is that there's still spelling and grammar errors. So make sure that those are nice and clean.
We are all guilty of that. I think we're such a fast technological age, right? With Twitter and people quickly posting things. In fact, I had to take down a Twitter update today because the spelling. I done it quickly. And you're right. When you're sending out a resume, that is the living document representing you. What are some of the best practices, Shelley, in resumes today? What do the best resumes showcase?
The best types of resumes are always listing the results of your actions, and this is what I call the so what. So if a potential employer that you're applying to is reading your resume, you want to be able to answer for each of your points the so whats, the results of your actions. You know what they say, the proof is in the pudding. So you want to be able to say, I've done this, and give an example, give the action-oriented results, like did you increase revenues by 10%? Those are the things that people commonly forget to mention on their resumes.
So numbers are important, aren't they? If you just say you increased sales the last year at the company, why do numbers make more of an impact? Is it more tactile for people reading that?
It is tactile, and it's proof, because anyone can say, hey, I increased revenue, but you want to give proof to someone to say, how much of a percentage did I increase the revenue by? So even if you say something small like 3% or 1%, it's fine. At least you're showing results, and that's what people want to see, is that you're results driven rather than just lots of flowery words that don't mean anything.
Exactly. Can you talk to us about the difference between functional and chronological resumes?
So those are two different types of resumes that you can start shaping. So if we talk about functional resumes are often used to minimize employment gaps. So if you've been laid off, or if you went on unemployment rate for whatever reason it is, then what you want to do is maybe format your resume to be based on based on some of the leadership and skills and work around that. Whereas chronological, which is a little bit more traditional, and what you see it's very common, is that it starts listing your work history with the most recent position first and works your way down, whereas that functional, like we mentioned, is based on skills and experience. It depends, but if you do have gaps and you want to go for functional, you can, but you have to keep in mind that regardless if there's a gap, an employer will always see the gap. It just helps minimize it.
Yes, exactly. And what about testimonials on resumes? They can sometimes be well used too if you have a raving testimonial, can it not?
Oh, definitely. So if you can pick maybe 1 to 3 different testimonials, just short excerpts of them, just the key areas listing your skills, and you can put them in your resume, that's a great way to highlight it. It really does maybe deflect off that, employment gap, because things happen, and people are aware that in today's market, the unemployment rates are super high, and it's natural. Everybody will always go through that phase. But it's the way that you present yourself and maximize your marketability and branding by getting those testimonials from either a past employer or even a coworker.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Agreed. And people tend to struggle when they come to a resume. It's like, oh my goodness, I haven't kept it updated, and here we go, I have to start from scratch. It's important that a resume is an organic living document, is it not? So that when achievements come, or at awards, or you do something noteworthy, keep it almost in a resume file for life, because we don't stay in one job.
No, you're right. Definitely, each resume should really be updated constantly. Even if you're really happy in your current job, constantly update it, because this, it can get so quickly, time passes and you realize, oh my goodness, it's been 3 years past and I haven't updated my resume. It's always good practice to keep it updated and make sure that you are always reviewing your resume on a constant basis. And it will really help that if you are ready to look for a new job or an opportunity knocks, that you have that resume that's updated, ready to go. And if someone says, hey, can you pass me your resume? You don't have to spend a week trying to edit it. You can just zoom, here you go.
That's right, exactly. Now, let's remind people, Shelley, of our workshop coming up. This is a career planning workshop. It's about getting your digital career toolkit in order. Shelley's going to talk resumes and interviews. We're going to talk career momentum plans. It's a good capsule of what you need for the rest of your life. And Shelley, can you tell the viewers, the listeners, when this workshop is happening?
So this workshop is being hosted on Wednesday, September 17th at 6:30 p.m. till 8 p.m. It will be held on the 3rd floor boardroom of the Thompson Building, which is on Bay and Queens. So it's super convenient for everybody to come downtown. Attend a 1.5 hour seminar. Steffi's going to go over the career planning, which really helps set the tone in order for you to look for jobs at a more strategic method, so that you're more efficient about the way that you're going about it. And then we'll go into learning how to draft your own resume, how to make that to be results-oriented, the so what, and then learn how to interview well, because that's your closing end to your employers on when they decide to offer a job or not. So we're going to go through almost the entire process of job hunting in 90 minutes.
We can do it. We can do it. Very exciting. So remember, Wednesday, September, I almost forgot the date there, Shelley. Wednesday, September 17th at 6:30, the Thompson Building. Email us at steffi@steffiblackcoaching.com, or visit the website, and please come out and find out what is necessary for your career for life. And Shelley Yoo, resume specialist, thank you for joining us on the Life and Career Corner this week, and we look forward to talking more about interviews next week.
Yes. Super excited about it.
Good. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.